In last class we have seen subatomic particles, discovery of electron, discovery of proton and discovery of neutron I covered in earlier video. So that description I given in description box, so you can check there. So here when these subatomic particles, how they arranged these subatomic particles within atom, that is called what? Atomic structure. Actually electron, proton, neutron are adjusted in within atom. How they are located in atom is known as atomic structure. So J. Thomson given first atomic model. This atomic model is known as Plum-Pudding model or Plum-Pudding model, or so one more name is there for this one, watermelon model also. Watermelon model, right? He compared. So according to Thomson atomic model, watermelon, if you cut watermelon into two pieces, you will, this type of arrangement will be there. So he compared this red color layer with positive charge and this black seeds with what? Negative charge. This black seeds with negative charge means in an atom, positive charge will be distributed throughout the atom, negative charge will be embedded in that positive charge. Mainly he explained about atom neutrality. At that time this neutron discovery is not there, so that's why he does not give an explanation of what? Neutron. According to Thomson atomic model, this Thomson atomic model is called Plum-Pudding model or watermelon model. So when you cut watermelon into two pieces, you will see this type of arrangement in that red color. He compared red color layer with positive charge and seeds with negative charge. Seeds will be embedded in a positive charge. So now Rutherford Goldfeil experiment. In this Rutherford Goldfeil experiment, immediately one doubt will come to the students, why they used gold metal only, why not other metal? There are n number of metals are there in chemistry, but they used only gold metal here. Why means here there are two reasons are there to use that metal. So gold is having nature of malleability. Malleability means forming layers type of structure. So another thing is that gold has a high density. These are two reasons why they used gold in this experiment. So then after, here I am going to explain this setup of the experiment first. Here they are using alpha particle. So a source of alpha particle, whenever this title you see, then you will get what is alpha particle. Actually helium atom, when it loses 2 electrons, helium atomic number is 2. When it loses its 2 electrons, then it will form what? He plus 2. He plus 2 is called alpha particle. He plus 2 is called alpha particle. Who is source for this alpha particle? Plutonium is a source for this alpha particle. Plutonium element is a source for this alpha particle. Why plutonium is a source for this alpha particle means plutonium is a radioactive element. Plutonium is radioactive element. What is the job of the radioactive elements? These radioactive elements are unstable. So why they are unstable means they will release alpha, beta, gamma radioactive decays. They will release alpha, beta, gamma radioactive decays and their mass will be reduced. They will change from one element to another element. So they are unstable. So that's why they will release this alpha particle. So that we are choosing plutonium metal in this source. So this source will release bunch of alpha particle at a time. So by using this slit, we are controlling that flow of alpha particle. We are allowing only one by one alpha particle to make collision with this Goldfeil experiment. In this Goldfeil experiment, this alpha particle will make collision with this Goldfeil. When these alpha particles are making collision with this Goldfeil, then Rutherford observed 3 observations in that. First observation, maximum alpha particles moving in a straight direction. Maximum alpha particles moving in a straight direction. And very less amount of alpha particle means if I am taking 20,000 alpha particle, in that case only less means 1 or 2 alpha particles are taking back again, means bounced back. Some of the less amount of alpha particles are bounced back. Okay, with 180 degrees they are deviating again, bounced back. And third observation, this is second observation, and third observation, some of the alpha particles are taking some slight deviation. So these 3 observations he observed. How he explained regarding these 3 observations, now I am going to explain. So first observation, maximum alpha particles are moving in a straight direction. What is the reason behind that? Why they are moving in a straight direction? Just you see, when you are walking along this, if any disturbance is there in your pathway, then definitely you will take some deviation, means you will take some diversion and you will start your journey. So now when alpha particles are moving in a straight direction, if any disturbance is there in its pathway, definitely they has to take some deviation. So they are not taking deviation means there is no disturbance in their pathway. So based on this, he concluded that maximum place is empty in atom. What is first observation? So maximum alpha particles moving in a straight direction. So why they are moving in a straight direction means there is no disturbance for them. There is no disturbance. There is no disturbance in atom. Disturbance in atom. There is no disturbance in atom. There is no disturbance in atom means maximum place is empty. Maximum place is empty. He told that maximum place is empty in an atom. So second observation is that very less amount of alpha particles, very less amount of alpha particles bounced back. Very less amount of alpha particles bounced back. We know that already helium is having what? +2 charge. Helium is having +2 charge. Means helium having positive charge. According to physics, we know that same charges will repel and opposite charges will be attracted. Now helium is having positive charge, means which charge will repel helium particle actually? In an atom, which charge will repel? Whether repelled charge should be what? Positive charge. Then only it will be repelled by that positive charge. Means if according to Thomson atomic model, positive charge will be distributed throughout the atom. If that point is real, in such case all alpha particles should be bounced back. But all alpha particles are not bounced back here. Only very less amount of alpha particles are bounced back. Means here positive charge is not distributed throughout the atom. Positive charge is there, but that positive charge is not distributed throughout the atom. So that positive charge is located in one particular place in an atom. That positive charge located in one particular atom. So that particular place in an atom, when these alpha particles are making directly collision, when alpha particles are making direct collision with that point positive charge, that alpha particle only will bounce back. That alpha particle only will bounce back. Where that positive charge is, where that positive point charge is located, that point we call it as what? Nucleus. That point we call it as nucleus. Means positive charge will be located in one particular place. That positive charge point positive charge is called what? Nucleus. He given first information regarding nucleus. So this is observation regarding what? Second. So then after third observation, very less amount of alpha particles, taking slight deviation. So means if here positive charge is there, if it is directly making collision with positive charge, then it will be bounced back. If it is approaching nearby positive charge, then immediately it will take some slight deviation. Means according to third observation, it is not going to make direct collision with positive charge, it is approaching nearby positive charge. Because of that reason, these alpha particles are not going to bounce back, they are taking some slight deviation. So this is third observation with respect to JJ. By using experimental data, Rutherford proposed one atomic theory that is called Rutherford atomic model. So according to this Rutherford atomic model, in atom maximum place is empty. And positive charge located in minute place of atom is called nucleus. Here proton and neutron, proton plus neutrons present in nucleus. protons plus neutrons present in nucleus. So these are called nucleons. These are called nucleons because they are present in nucleus, so that's why they call it as nucleons. Here nucleus is having protons and neutrons, and sum of protons plus neutrons are called what? Mass number. So that this atom mass is contribution of protons plus neutrons. So here this nucleus radius is very small. Actually atom diameter is 10 to the power of -8 centimeter. In such case this nucleus diameter is 10 to the power of -13 to 10 to the power of -13 to 10 to the power of -15 centimeters will be there, right? When you go for ratio of nucleus diameter and atom diameter and nucleus diameter, then atom size is 10 to the power of 5 times greater, 10 to the power of 5 times greater comparing with the nucleus. So these are some postulates. And radius of atom is directly proportional to radius of atom is directly proportional to third root of nucleons. R is equal to R naught into a to the power of 1 by 3. This relation is given by Rutherford. So this is information regarding Rutherford atomic model. Here he given exact information regarding protons. Protons are located in a unipositive charge, that is called nucleus. So then after he explained about electrons also. Comparing with nucleus, empty place is maximum. In that empty place, electrons are revolving in a circular path. These circular paths are called orbits. So in empty place electrons are revolving in circular path. These circular paths are called orbits, he told, orbits. Then after, demerits of this Rutherford Goldfeil experiment, demerits, right? Actually this model is compared as a planetary model also. How these planets are revolving around the sun, similarly these electrons are revolving around a nucleus. So right, what is the demerits of this Rutherford atomic model? Actually according to physics, if any charged particle under acceleration, it has to release some energy in the form of electromagnetic waves. So it has to release some energy. When it releases energy, then it should lose its energy. When it loses its energy, electron, when it loses its energy, then it has to attracted by the nucleus. Then electron should fall into nucleus. Means electron will be revolving in a spherical manner, like a circle, right? It has to approach like this, and finally it has to end its position at a nucleus. Electron is there, so it is revolving like this. So continuously, it by losing energy, so it has to reach nucleus. Why? Because nucleus having positive charge. According to this model, according to his explanation, electron final destination is nucleus. But in reality, that is not going to happen. So why it is not going to happen, that is he is not able to explain. So this is the first demerit of this. And second one, so when electron revolving in that process, it has to release energy continuously. When you go for atomic spectrum of atoms, there these peaks are not continuous peaks. In atomic spectrum, these peaks are not continuous when you go for atomic spectrum. These two demerits he is unable to explain. So that's why these are called demerits of Rutherford Goldfeil experiment.